All praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Rakakadash.
All right, shalom, brothers and sisters in this truth. I'm your brother, Mr. LJ, coming to you again with another presentation from the headlines of Great Babylon and around the world. And today, there are several articles that caught my attention, and also incidents that's going on here in Great Babylon that I thought I would bring out to the sheeps. But before we get started, I'm going to start off with the book of Jeremiah 50, starting with verse 23 and ending with verse 25. And it says, "How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast driven against the Lord. The Lord had opened his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, in the land of the Chaldeans." And as you can see here right now, several headlines is going out there talking about this summer being the most violent summer ever in the history of the United States. And also, we have the drought that's going on. We also have the pandemic that's continuing on in most of the states. They're talking about a new variant that's coming over here. And also you have police officers continuing to put to death unarmed Jakes all across this nation. So as you can see with this picture here, it says the vanishing white American. We know there's no such thing as white American. They're known as Edomite. Okay. But this is not really what I'm going to go into today. I'm going to start off with a video, and then from there we're going to continue on with the scriptures and come forward with what's going on here in Great Babylon and what we should be aware of. Okay. So without further ado.
The number of police officers dying in the line of duty is also spiking. The FBI says 37 officers were murdered on the job as of June, compared with 46 during all of 2020.
Over the past year, we've seen a troubling uptick in violence against members of the law enforcement community.
That doesn't count the dozens more officers who died in vehicle accidents.
Variant, first discovered in India, could soon become the dominant COVID strain in the U.S.
It is more transmissible and possibly more dangerous in terms of causing severe disease.
All of it only accelerating the rush to get Americans vaccinated. July 4th goal, 70% of Americans with at least one shot. So far, only about 53% of the country is partially vaccinated. But some states are barely hitting a third of their population, the lowest rates in southern states like Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi, where only 28% of the state is fully vaccinated.
The fear is it could get worse.
A lot of people have been discussing that.
Crime always tends to go up during the summer.
The days are longer, the weather's better, they're out, they're gathering.
This year could be exceptionally bad. Experts like Dr. Alex Del Carmen from Tarleton State University in Fort Worth believe the lifting of COVID restrictions and the anger that's been building up is creating a perfect storm for violence.
That some people have lost their jobs, the fact that some people have lost their loved ones, and there's just a general feeling of anger out in the streets. We anticipate that the crime rate's going to go way up.
Gun purchases,
gun thefts as well,
also rose during the pandemic. And to make matters worse, there are widespread police shortages across the country and civil unrest.
So as you can see there in that short video there, America is going through really a lot of pain right now, and this is that birth pangs before Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi returns to earth and redeem us from the wicked hands of Esau, okay, and deliver us from the wicked hands of Esau. So I'm going to go in the book of Ecclesiastes 14, verse 5. "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." And as you can see here, the so-called white man, the Edomite that's ruling this earth and influencing all these nations to follow in their footstep and doing all these wicked things here, is actually purging his own people. Okay, now Jake, we are the intended target, but the fallout and the what they call like when you explode something next to somebody, and then you have shrapnels that go into people like that. it's happening to all their people. Okay, they're getting the judgment on them unintended from Esau. Okay, which is coming from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, so you got the book of Psalms that said the word of Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And what are these swords? You have closure of businesses. You have job losses in that case. And where these job losses came in, where Jake usually worked, which is the low level jobs. Okay, mom and pop businesses wiped out. Okay, you have continuous lockdown, forced mandate to wear a diaper on your face, which increases more respiratory issues. Okay, and all of these things that are going on now. He's saying that he's doing this for the good of everybody, but in his heart, this is all a big plan. Which we know is controlled by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to bring down, to put Jake in more subjection and also oppression, because without even a sample of money to even live in a society, Jake is going to resort to violence. And this is what they're talking about with these violent things here. This is not going to be just only Jake. This is going to be also the other nations that are part of the system that are going to see that there is no hope here in America. Okay? And how do we know that there's no hope here in America? Because Psalms 12 and 8 says the wicked walk on every side when the vilest man exists. And who's the vilest man? The Edomite. The Edomite man is the vilest man. What is this month? This month is celebrating the most vile abomination written in the scripture. And we know what that is, okay? It's dedicated to it's a whole month dedicated to it, okay? And you've probably seen in this picture here where they're showing the Black Lives Matter plane flying, and then it looked like it's shooting out the flare. See, there it is right there, shooting out the flare. What color is it? It's the rainbow. It's a rainbow coalition flares, okay, like missiles, okay. That's showing you how evil this Black Lives Matter thing is here, and what Esau has used to trick our simple wicked Jake. And I'll go into another lesson with that and bring out more in depth with that. But let's move on to Proverbs 18 and 12. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, and before honor is humility. And we've walked around with these low-level Edomites. We've seen them laugh at us. They're in charge of hiring, okay? They're a director. They're in a position of senior manager or manager, whatever the case is like that. And they see how many of us, in the millions, have pushed our resumes to them. We've sat in interviews and been mocked and made fun of. They'll shrug their shoulders. They all want to get back out there to dinner and tell each other about what they did during the COVID and their future plans, for vacation and all that stuff. But what they don't understand is there's a drought that's going on 1/3 of the United States. Okay, the food crop is being destroyed, not only by the farmers, okay, but also being destroyed by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, who's sending that drought out there. There's a water shortage. Okay, so if there's no water to feed the plants and also to grow the crops and also to feed the animals, to get to water the animals, okay, we're seeing food prices going up, and I've brought that over and over and over and over, not to sound like a pirate, but this is what the reality is right now that we're in, and we in the truth understand that these judgments are being brought by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, and that's why it says in 2 Esdras 16 and 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent a scourge for amendment. And these are wicked people. This is the amendment that's coming to them. See, they pride themselves in the ability to bully everybody. They pride themselves in the ability to bully us, hang us from trees, castrate us, throw us in prison for the most trivial thing. Watch us as we struggle with no jobs, nothing to eat, and then they can just label us as just being lazy, because it's really easy to look down on people when you can go lay in a soft bed every night, you can pay bills that's set up by this wicked kingdom, okay. You can get in your car and you can drive somewhere, you go on vacation, put all your little pictures up on your wall, have, invite Sally and Amy and Bobby over for tea and talk about it. And then you can talk about all those Negroes, the fact that they don't have shit. All right. And this is what they pride themselves in. Okay. This is what Esau pride himself in. So, right now they are now getting that amendment. Okay. They're going to be going through the famine, the plague, the tribulation. Okay. They're going to feel angry. Okay, and this is a scourge that's coming to the entire nation of Edom. Okay, and when they say Edom, that is all these Edomite nations around the world. That's Great Britain, Australia, as I put a video the other day with Australia having their tribulation with the mice and the snakes coming up to get them, their farm is being destroyed. Okay, that's crop, and you're going to see the new face of hunger soon on television and on posters. Okay, it's not going to be the little skinny Ethiopian they've been using. Okay, but see, they want to continue to fool the world to think that they're still on top, because they're not going to really let the world know that how bad things really is, which is the reason why you have that the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. This is from Psalm 55:21, what I mentioned earlier. Why? Because they don't care. They don't care, about destroying even themselves, and they are going to fight against each other. Okay, so this is the reason why we stand up on our feet here and we talk. We know that Joe Biden right now put out, the snitch thing, which is if you see somebody out there that's doing something or whatever the case is like that, that's saying something that's contrary to what they want to do, to call the feds. Okay, so we know that the brothers and sisters are going to be turning each other in, for a couple of dollars, and there's going to be a reward for that. Okay. But this is the reason why, when Psalms 94:16 asks, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? This is the man of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi right now that's standing up. Okay, we don't fear the fact that they probably could put us to death or put us in those concentration camps. What do we have here in Great Babylon? Not a damn thing. Okay, not a damn thing. Yeah, you have a house over your head or a roof over your head. That's a blessing from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You're getting to eat. He said the servants will eat during this time. Okay, we got our 2/3 out there that's following this madman as if he's like Santa Claus or something like that. They can't help it. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to bring this out here, and this is from the book of Luke 21, and it says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sore. Okay, and that has been the spirit on all of us, where we wanted to be like this man. We wanted the nice cars. We wanted the great jobs. We wanted to be rich like him. Okay, and but we end up our people end up in the lowest state in Great Babylon, and then you have these foreigners, these Gentile nations, your Moabites, your Elamites, your Hamites, all coming over here and getting great jobs. And they get to live in the same area that we do, but they have 3-4 houses in different places. I seen videos after videos where they brag about those things. Okay, but see, that's going to come to an end too, because see, the dogs are now going to get starving. Okay, those other nations now, they're going to fall to the wayside, and they are going to go through the same experience that we are going through here. So yes, this is going to be a very violent summer, because people have been tricked, they've been cooped up. Okay, and this is that snare that Jeremiah 15:24 is talk about. Okay, you're going to see violence against the police officers, as these Edomites turn around. Edomites are not like the way Jake is. They're not going to be in compliance. You remember, they have their amendment rights, and they think that they're above the law. So you're going to see a lot more of those things going on. Okay, violence against the peace officers. What they call peace officers, we call them murderers. Okay. And that's going to be committed by Edomites. Egyptians are going to go against Egyptians. All right. So I didn't want to make this very long here. I just wanted to bring this out here, and show you a compilation of videos and things that would make sense, that adds up to why this is going to be a very violent summer. Okay, because it's been set up that way. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to bring judgment to this wicked place, because everybody wants to go back to normal. Okay. And, they want to continue on in their wickedness instead of, changing their ways and asking for repentance and forgiveness from the Most High Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay. And this is our 2/3 that wants to do this. And that's fine. Okay. This message is only for the hopefully elect, those that want to be in the spirit and this truth. Okay. And with that, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I'll also give a shout out to the great millstone apostles and teachers, and to you brothers out there that are putting this truth out with whatever you were given from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and to you sisters that are learning, watching and learning. I'd like to say shalom.